What's going on, guys? Taking a video, and since we are so close to the end of the year, the end of 2016, it's been a great year in music. I wanted to go over my top 5 best R&B albums slash projects slash EP slash mixtapes, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call these, works of music. My top 5 best ones in the R&B spectrum of things. Let's start off with number 5 here. I'm going to choose Blonde by Frank Ocean. Now, this album was extremely long-waited. It was waited for years at this point, when it finally came out in 2016, and it was such a roller coaster to see drop, with the live stream happening a couple days before, and then him like he's building some sort of like staircase, and then there was this whole thing of leading up to when it got announced to where it was Frank Ocean. Nobody knew where he was at. Nobody's heard from him in a while. Is he actually coming out with a mixtape? What's it called? Like all of these unknowns that we got, and it finally got put to rest with Blonde. And even though there still is news about Blonde right now to this day, with him not putting out for a Grammy because of the way he feels about the award way of doing things and giving credit to albums and stuff like that. So this album is legendary, and it's very historical. And it was actually a pretty good album. It was really good in my opinion. It's not something that I put above Channel Orange or whatever. Like, I did like it, but I just didn't like it as much as Channel Orange and stuff like that. I felt like the second half of the album is very much a weird kind of abstract thing that you kind of gotta wrestle yourself over. But overall, man, we got a Frank Ocean album. That's all we could ask for in 2016, and it was a great one at that. Next up here, we have an up-and-coming artist from OVO, and I saw him live in concert as well on the tour with Drake and Future, and that is Roy Woods. Now, Roy Woods has been around for around a year and a half right now. He's very much a new artist, but he is somebody that is making moves and is doing great stuff. He dropped it in the summer with Waking at Dawn, his debut album, and it was an incredible album. It was short, but it was just great. It was very much of a banger for the summer, and it had a lot of different views in the album, and it was just a great project. And if you guys have not checked this out, if you guys haven't checked out any of these artists that I'm going to highlight here, definitely make sure to check them out, all of them as well. And what I like about Roy Woods so much is that he's so young. He's only 19, guys. He's a year older than me, and he's over here on tour with Drake, and he has a freaking bomb EP that just dropped, Waking at Dawn, and he's just making so many moves, and he is great to see live. He's awesome to see live, guys. Check out my vlog when I went to the concert. He did incredible live. So definitely, man, this dude got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of energy. Definitely go check him out, and he definitely made my top 5 R&B list. Moving on to number 3, something that has been around for a while, but has kind of been kind of dormant, as of late. He hasn't really put out anything, and that is Elijah Blake. Now, Elijah Blake, fellow Dominican, what's up, reps up. But besides that, he makes incredible music, and he has ever since he started a few years ago. And he is somebody that really doesn't get a lot of credit that he really should. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, that I feel that have credit but don't really deserve it. Elijah Blake is one of these people that definitely deserves it, and is for some reason just doesn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because he's not that much in the limelight, or because he's pretty new to this standpoint, but he's been around for a couple of years now. It's been maybe 2-3 years. Like, I remember having tapes from him, back in like 2012, 2013, and here we are, 2016. He still doesn't get a lot of word of mouth in the music industry. So I really do hope that at someday, he rises up and gets the more credible and more standing than he should. But definitely do check him out as well. He makes definitely my top 3 spot. Definitely doesn't make the list, in my opinion. Go on to number 2, the dynamic duo, the power couple right now. That is Big Sean and Jhene Aiko. They are beautiful. They formed the collab and made 2088, which is the duo between them two, and they put out their debut album titled 2088. And this album is absolutely amazing, man. They have some great visuals to go along with it as well that they put out, and you can just feel the chemistry in the album and when they're off, the album, when they're out and about, when we see them together, at award shows or whatever like that. There definitely is a strong chemistry, a strong bond there, and it definitely does show throughout this album. And this album is an album that I blast a lot this year. I blast this album a ton, and for a lot of reasons, because there's a lot of tracks in there that you can relate to. There's definitely a lot of stuff that you can feel some type of way towards, because it definitely is something that you can definitely see from each point of view, and it's just a great kind of back and forth kind of little narrative going on in the album as well. And London Bridge, man, that last track on that album, freaking so good, so good. And they're set to drop more music together coming in 2017, so if you look out for that as well, they'll be dropping here in 2017, and I can't wait for that. You definitely, guys, expect a review on the channel, expect some coverage about that on the channel, of course. Now, what is my #1 favorite R&B project of this year? Now, just to preface this, man, there are a lot of R&B albums that I like. You guys know that I'm very much a big R&B fan, and pretty much a lot of it can, you know, there's a lot of albums that could take this first spot. You know what I'm saying? Any of these albums that I just listed could easily be the first spot, and there's plenty of R&B albums I didn't even mention that I liked. You know, P&D 3 is one of the big ones that I didn't even acknowledge. Majid Jordan as well. Like, there are so many good R&B artists right now. It's incredible. But I gotta say, my favorite of this year, 2016, is Starboy. Yes, The Weeknd is back, the king of modern day pop, you know, not to tarnish Michael Jackson, of course, but the king right now, Mr. Abel Tesfaye, The Weeknd. Starboy is incredible. And you know, what I said about it in the review when I was talking about it was that a lot of people are talking about this album, and at that, they're all talking about different songs in the album. This is a long album. It's 18 tracks, and you know, even without it being such, you know, a long album, everyone is talking about the, you know, track 14, track 6, track 4. Like everyone's talking about different tracks and different songs in this whole album. So that's what makes it, definitely does make it a top tier album in my opinion. And it is a great project from The Weeknd. It is arguably, in my opinion, probably one of his best he's put out. You know, really, if we take his mixtapes and albums, you know, in the same list, Starboy does rank high above all the others, and it is worthy of it. It is definitely worthy of it, man. Starboy is a great album, guys, and it really does have to be my favorite R&B album of 2016. Now, again, my opinion does not stop there. It's not the end all be all. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What is your favorite R&B album of this year, or anything that I reviewed this year as well? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.